Hello, internet friends. All right, let's get this fuel tank over with. Here I am mixing up some sealant. Way too much sealant. Way more than I needed. um, and somehow my wife can stand the smell enough to hang out with me while I am fixing this tank. So I am at the point where I am not weighing the sealant. I'm mixing it in about a 1 to 10 ratio, but pretty much if it turns gray, I'm gonna go with it. So the sealant, I don't know, one part is white, one part is black, and when you mix them together, it turns gray. And if it turns gray, that's good enough for me to know that it's probably fine. So I'm going to install this fuel cap flange in the correct orientation. What you didn't see is on camera. I should have moved it. But it really helps if someone's there ready with a cleco for you to slide the cap on. And then, of course, I installed it and had to rivet it on. And some of the rivets were successful. Some of them needed to be drilled out. It's a longer rivet. It's a -5s, and it's all covered in fuel sealant, so it can be tricky to figure out if it's installed correctly or not. But eventually I made it. And of course, after installing this, I found one little spot of sealant on my Oshkosh shirt. But I argue if you have an Oshkosh shirt and you don't have fuel sealant on it, then you're not a real home builder. I did buy a suit to wear, but I will wear it next time when I do a whole tank, which will probably be the next thing that I do. Is I'll start on the right tank and let's get these tanks over with. This has been months months of anticipation, and then just months of like, let's get this done, and months of, well, I need at least 3 hours to go outside and work on this, so I should be running parallel projects is what I should be doing. But the problem is with parallel projects, well, I guess the entire plane is parallel projects, so yes, I should be running parallel projects. I need to get back to 1 hour a day. Kind of motivated because there's an RV-14 that's being completed here in Las Vegas, which actually I'm gonna let them use my hangar, because in Las Vegas, the FSDO will not let you fly Phase 1 out of any of the Clark County airports, or any of the airports owned by Clark County, which is all of the airports except for Boulder City. Well, that's not fair. You can fly Phase 1 from Jean, but guess what? There's no hangars at Jean, so basically you can't fly Phase 1 from Jean unless you have some kind of portable hangar. I don't know how that would work. Anyway, the reality is you can't. Boulder City is the only airport where you can fly Phase 1 in Las Vegas. So maybe the EAA chapter, or that might be something that the EAA chapter should help with, is hangar availability for people that need to complete Phase 1. Anyway, I'm excited to be a part of that, and it's motivating because I would also like to be in Phase 1 and flying this airplane. I did go hang out this weekend, or the past weekend, and meet up with other RV-14 builders, and I took my son so he could see planes. He's not interested in planes at all, but he is interested in electronics, I found out. So I will probably pull out all the Garmin stuff and start letting him experiment with wiring. Dog tax. Apparently I need to get a dog bed for the garage because he's way too happy to lie on the cold floor. It is warming up here in Vegas, so I have turned on the air conditioning, even though it's only about like 90, which isn't too bad. It's not like full summer, but it is nice to be warm and in shorts. Speaking of being warm, I don't know. That was a weird transition. Come join our chat group. Scan the Slack code. You can also scan the Discord one if you want to be by yourself. but Slack is where everyone is currently chatting. So I will see you there and see you in the next video.